Hey everyone, Reflected here, and today I'd like to officially announce the second one of my projects for 2025, Wolfpack II, Overlord, a sequel to the original Wolfpack campaign that came out 5 years ago. I'm very proud of the original Wolfpack campaign because it's a historical one. It reconstructs real-life missions that were flown by the 56th Fighter Group, Zemke's Wolfpack, between March 1944 and the end of May of the same year. I have several detailed resources, including a large amount of original combat reports written by the pilots who took part in the events right after they happened. So in the missions, you can relive the exact same events as they did over 80 years ago. It's a real virtual history lesson. You start as a second lieutenant and fly as number 4 in your flight, but as the campaign progresses, you move up to element lead and then flight lead. Wolfpack II, Overlord, will pick up right where the first campaign ends. On May 31st, you go on a few days leave to London and return in the evening of June 5th, the eve of the greatest military operation in history, D-Day. The campaign has 12 further historical missions taking place between June 6th and July 6th, 1944. You start as a flight lead, and later you're promoted to lead the 62nd Fighter Squadron, leading and commanding 12 or sometimes 16 planes. Bomber escorts dominated the first campaign. In the sequel, there's only one of those. You'll carry 2 500-pound bombs on nearly every mission, just like in Debden Eagles, my newest P-51 campaign. The role of the 8th Air Force fighter groups was to form an umbrella and sweep the area east of the landings in the vicinity of Paris and Rouen. Bomb and strafe transportation targets to cut off supplies and reinforcements, and to challenge the Luftwaffe and keep them away from the beaches. You will see plenty of air-to-air action too. If you know Debden Eagles, it has a similar concept, but it's a little different. In Debden Eagles, you fly every single mission flown by the 4th Fighter Group in the week after D-Day, no matter how hard or easy they were. Nothing more, nothing less. Zero censorship. But instead, Wolfpack II will follow the concept of Wolfpack I and Beware Beware, where you'll fly real-life missions, but not each and every one of them. I kind of cherry-picked the ones that were more eventful, interesting, or special. That's why Wolfpack II covers an entire month, rather than just a week, like Debden Eagles. But of course, it's less hardcore this way. We sacrifice some realism. Because in World War II, not every mission was like a Hollywood movie. Another difference is that the sequel uses the Normandy map and not the Channel map, because it's centered around the invasion, and the Channel map doesn't have those areas. Of course, neither map has Bogstad Air Base, the original home of the 56th, so just like in the first campaign, you'll be based at High Halden instead. This means shorter missions. It saves you about 100 to 150 miles and a lot of fuel. Therefore, you'll start each mission with only the mandatory reserve of 10 gallons in the auxiliary tank. Wolfpack II, Overlord, will be the culmination of my World War II research. I use every feature that you find in my other campaigns and more. You'll have a crew chief, unlockable cutscenes, nearly 1,000 custom voiceovers. You can listen to period music, optional period radio news broadcasts to transport you back in time, massive formations, dozens of accurate custom skins, realistic chalkboards and briefing maps, checklists, combat reports, extensive documentation, and so on. All this for the price of a pizza. Speaking about formations, we all know the DCS AI is notorious for its erratic flying. It's nothing new, it's been like that for the past 15 years, and it's not that hard to get used to it. But in this campaign, you start as a flight lead and finish as a squadron leader, so you don't need to fly close formation on anyone. It makes the experience much smoother. Also, the missions take place at lower altitudes, so no need to climb that high following your AI lead. You may be wondering if it will be better than Wolfpack I with all these new features. Well, I've already updated Wolfpack I with all of these, so both campaigns will be at the same level of realism. Before you ask whether I can move this to the Channel map or move Wolfpack I to Normandy, No. What you call moving a campaign is actually the same effort as building a new one from scratch. So that's exactly what I did. I built a new campaign from scratch. And so far, I'm really excited about how it looks and feels. I'm hoping to submit it to ED sometime in May, maybe early June. And then of course they need to test it. Once again, you'll be able to relive these missions exactly the way they happened 80 years ago. They are recreated with painstaking attention to details. As my motto suggests, reliving history is the best way to understand what happened and truly honor the memory of these brave young men. To understand what a superhuman effort, courage, and sacrifice it took to free the world from fascism, this evil ideology, once it had spread too far. Alright, I hope I managed to get that hype train rolling. Please subscribe for further updates. I'm going to release a separate video about how to command and give orders to your squadron in the campaign. See ya!